Start the fourth hour with the latest dangerous fascist rhetoric from Donald Trump. On Saturday, first in a social media post and then again at a rally later in the day, Trump vowed to root out the, quote, vermin within the country. Take a look.
In honor of our great veterans on Veterans Day, we pledge to you that we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country, that lie and steal and cheat on elections. The threat from outside forces is far less sinister, dangerous, and grave than the threat from within.
You know, there had long been a debate during the 2015, 2016 portions of the campaign. Some people had reported that Donald Trump read Mein Kampf or had it next to his bed. We don't really know whether he did or not. There are good sources to that. But again, that's just a debate that went on. I can tell you, though, in 2023, it's irrelevant.
Right. Because
wherever he's getting those words, the sources come straight from 1930 fascists. Just do. You may not like that. Maybe that triggers you. Maybe you're a little snowflake. Maybe you're a fat white pink boy working for Donald Trump and you want to act tough, so you think you can adopt fascist language. Maybe even talk about undermining American democracy. Maybe that makes you feel more like a man. It's just so un-American. Nothing manly about undermining American democracy. I mean, and by the way, the end of the day, there's going to be another fight for the soul of America next year. But I can tell you how it's worked so far. That fascist talking, Republicans have lost in 2017. Trump Republicans lost in 2018. Trump Republicans lost in 2019. Trump Republicans lost in 2020. Trump Republicans lost in 2021. Trump Republicans lost in 2022. And Trump Republicans lost in 2023. And now he's doubling, tripling down. Will it work? Well, nothing less than the future of American democracy, the way it's been run over the past 230 or so years, is riding on next year's election. To talk more, though, about what happened this weekend, let's bring in the editor of the New Republic, Michael Tomasky, and associate professor at global politics at the University College London, Brian Klaas. Also, Jonathan O'Meara, Elise Jordan, and Reverend Al are still with us. But Michael, you wrote about this, and, you know, I'm the first, Mika will tell you, I'm the first to go around, whether in the House, over dinner, or on this show, to tell people not to catastrophize because they wear me out. That said, when the language is lifted straight from people like Mussolini, lifted straight, well, it ain't catastrophizing if it's the truth.
No, it's not. But, you know, it may be time to catastrophize, Joe. I mean, this, you know, Trump has said a lot of outrageous things, and he said a lot of things that I would call, and I know you have called, fascist. But when I saw this on Sunday morning, my jaw hit the floor, because this particular word, vermin, is so historically loaded. It goes back to Mussolini, as you've said, but it is especially associated with, excuse me, Germany, the 1930s, the Nazi regime, the Third Reich. I'm sure you have seen, as I have, issues of the Nazi paper, the Volkischer Beobachter, which had, you know, cartoon after cartoon after cartoon of Jews as rats, of Jews as vermin. They used that word all the time. And for Trump to use that word, not specifically about Jews, obviously, but about all of his, it's in some ways worse. It's about all of his perceived opponents. For him to use that word, it dehumanizes them, and it says to his audience, it's okay to do to these people whatever we want to do to them. They're not human.
Yeah, and Brian Klaas, you've talked about this before, but my gosh, he keeps doubling down, tripling down. You know, we talked for quite some time back in 2017, 2018, about him lifting enemy of the people from Stalin, and how when Khrushchev took power, he banned that phrase because he said it was so easy to dehumanize opponents. You have Donald Trump running around going, we're going to root out all of the communists and the Marxists. Seriously, the communists? Like what? Joe Biden, a communist? Really? Guy from Delaware who was criticized for being too close to banks and credit cards? Like, but that's the language. Doesn't matter who he's running against. He's just making things up. Just like he loves Orban. It's like Orban making things up in Hungary. That's exactly what he's doing. And here, again, he's lifting straight from the 1930s, straight from fascist then. I know there are a lot of professors that don't want to go there. They say, oh, well, wait, maybe it's not fascism yet. But you see January 6th, you see Donald Trump praising the people that stormed the Capitol, tried to overthrow American democracy, and then use the same words that Nazis in Germany used in the 30s and Mussolini used in Italy. Wait, what do you want to call it? Like afternoon tea? Like if it sounds like Nazism, if it walks like Nazism, if he makes threats the way he's making threats, I'm not exactly sure what you call it if you don't call it fascism.
Well, I think you can try to claim that there was a coincidence the first time this happened, but this has been going on for 7 years. I mean, I think this is something where it's quite clear that he's lifting not just rhetoric, but actual plans from the authoritarian playbook. I mean, every week we get a new story about how they're gearing up to sort of politicize the Department of Justice and go after their perceived enemies, the rhetoric of the echoes of history. I mean, I study the breakdown of democracy, and I don't know how to say this more clearly. We are sleepwalking towards authoritarianism. And people are not waking up to this. And the Constitution is not written with magical ink. It is protected by the people who make brave choices during moments of political peril. And we are in one of those moments. So the question is, do voters wake up as well? Because our political class is not rising to the challenge. They're not distancing themselves in the Republican Party from this rhetoric. They're just sort of pretending like it doesn't exist. And we are literally walking towards a world in which Donald Trump is going to consolidate power, politicize the rule of law, and break down democracy one day at a time. And I think that's something that we have to really grapple with as we head towards the election next year, because that is the biggest story in American politics, and nothing else comes close.